This is a video demonstration of the Genesys GPlus adapter for Salesforce. This differs from the previous demonstration, which was the Workspace connector based product. This product, the adapter, is a jointly developed and jointly supported product between Genesys and Salesforce, and it differs in a number of ways. That the main difference is that Workspace here appears as a browser as opposed to the smart client in the Workspace desktop edition, and as a browser would require Genesys web services to be put in place to support this. But as you can see, the appearance is slightly different. It appears as a floating interaction handling tool which can be repositioned in different parts of the screen or moved off to another monitor in a dual monitor scenario. It can also be toggled on and off here with the Workspace button in the bottom right hand corner to allow the agent to totally focus on the Salesforce application. Here you'll see that the adapter is working with console mode, but it does also support lightning mode as well. In this demonstration, I'm just going to put a couple of interactions into the system, a voice call and a chat, just to see how the tool behaves in a voice environment and in a digital environment. A quick orientation to the Workspace desktop here as well. As you can see, this floating toolbar that can be resized as part of configuration within Salesforce. Will show channel availability, so this will be an indication of which channels the agent is able to take interactions on. Being able to set things like their status, so whether they're ready, not ready, at lunch, during after call work, or do not disturb, and other functions here, more detailed views around the channels, campaigns, statistics, and also some email interaction handling, some workflow handling here as well. So what I plan to do first on this demonstration is put a voice call into the system. We'll be going through one or two levels of IVR to get the interaction to the desktop, but we'll just make sure that we're ready, and I'll place a call into the system.
Hi, thank you for calling. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Would you be willing to participate in a brief survey at the end of this call? If yes, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Main menu. For sales, press 1. For support, press 2. For billing, press 3.
I'm going to take that billing
You
option.
selected billing. Let me transfer you to an agent. One moment, please.
And the first thing you see here is the pop-up of case information. This is configurable and collects certain attached data as required. When we accept the interaction, we can see Workspace popping up with that information and various other options here. So the ability to add in disposition codes and notes. Other things that you can see here on the desktop as our standard responses. I'll come to that when we put the chat in, and also this version does have the option of working in conjunction with another CRM solution as well. So in our demonstration here we have Sugar CRM that is popped at the same time, which again might be a useful migration tool when moving from ICE CRM to the Salesforce. Let's assume our call has progressed and we're coming to the end of the call. I'll hang up the call at this point, and mark done. You'll see that my contact has popped in Salesforce as the interaction arrived, and if I go into the Salesforce record, go to activity history, do a view all to get an update on there, you'll see that the last interaction is just registered here as an inbound call, and my notes that I made on the call were also passed through. Okay, so I'll just clear that down in Salesforce as well. I'll now go to a digital interaction. So this is a chat that is going to be proxied in through the Eon website. This is just something we use for demonstration purposes to show our chat capability against a customer's website. I'm going to take the chat offer, fill in some information. This is pre-filled here. The important thing to note here is that the screen pop that's generated is actually triggered off my email address, and again I can maybe enter some information as required to start the chat. So that chat's gone into the queue now. If I go back to my Salesforce desktop, you can see the interaction coming in to Workspace with some the information that's captured in the chat. Accepting that interaction will pop the Workspace screen and also pop the contact record in Salesforce. Then I can use some of the tools within Salesforce to, within Workspace to speed up the chat communication. So I can drop in some standard responses. So this one, for instance, is my generic welcome message. If I go back to the customer screen, I can see that that is reached me, and the customer just goes ahead and types the question. Just a question here in our demonstration around setting up direct debits, and in my interaction handling tool Workspace I could just redirect them to the website, for instance. Set that back over, and our customer will be happy with that, and ends the chat. And back in our Workspace environment, I can mark that done. I could actually add some notes in here as well. Mark done. I'll just toggle Workspace off the screen and go to our activity history, do a view all to refresh, and then I can now see my chat that has been recorded within Salesforce. You can see the full transcript of the chat here and also the notes that I made. And that's a very simple demonstration of the Workspace desktop in conjunction with the GPlus adapter and the integration with Salesforce. As I said at the start of the demonstration, the GPlus adapter is a jointly developed product between Genesys and Salesforce and has joint support and joint roadmap, but it does require a shift in infrastructure and implementation of the Genesys Web Services layer to support the browser-based Workspace Web Edition.